Melody, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I'm speaking.
Okay. I think I fixed YouTube. Can you just see if you can log in?
Hello, I'm speaking.
Sorry, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Check YouTube. See if you can log in. I think I fixed it.
Okay. Also, on Zoom, can you pin your own screen? Yes, you are on. Your YouTube is live. I'm looking at you right now.
All right, cool. How about
As
luck?
soon as I turned on my YouTube account, the IFA channel comes up as live
Cool.
streaming.
Record it so you can see that as well, because I played around with it. It's not the same workshop that's listed, but it's us live.
No, why is it not the same workshop that's listed?
Because it's impossible, because the one that you listed, the one that you made, it doesn't have a webcam option. It's only streamed via software. So I think that's what we need to fix for next time around.
Okay, well, hopefully it's the same, it's just this channel.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Zoom, can you just pin your own video?
Yeah.
So that it's not in.
I've done that.
Are you going to do the workshop seated?
No, I'm going to get up.
These are your two favorite topics. You have all your favorite topics in one. Ramadan, family, and fitness.
Yeah, sorry, I got to concentrate. All right, people are jumping on. Awesome. Hey guys, thank you for joining me. I see Maria, I see Mags. If you can do me a favor, if it's possible for you to put your cameras on, that'd be fantastic. If not, please do give me an emoji. And Melody, also, can you just see if there's an option to mute everybody? Actually, no, you can leave it like that.
If you make me the co-host, I can control it. Yeah.
There we go. Hey. Actually, I'm going to start sitting up.
Khalid, you are muted.
Hey guys. There you go, a nice gallery view. Hi Maria, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you give me an emoji, some sign of life? Yeah, Lulu, welcome. Hope that's your name. Who else we got? Mags. Mags, are you there? Can you see me? Can you hear me? We're going to give people another few minutes before we jump right into the topic. Oh, Mags ran away. Melody, can you give me an emoji just to show the people how it's done? There you go. Thank you. Hi, yeah, Lulu. I guess your sound is connected now. Can everybody else? Can they hear me? Can they see me? Get a thumbs up.
Yeah. Yes. Good morning. I hear you. Good.
Hey, good morning. Sorry, what's your name? Oh, who's back on that? All right, we're gonna give some people another 5 minutes. We've got about 30 to 40 people registered, so I guess everybody's on Ramadan time, and we'll give them a second before we get into the topic. I'm really excited to share it with you. Got hopefully something.
You're right. Here in Ramadan, still the people sleeping until now. Nobody.
Yeah,
It's fast.
especially Thursday, the first.
Yeah, into the week.
So inshallah, they'll jump on soon. 34. So, sorry, what's your name?
Imad Alulu.
Imad, very nice to meet you. And inshallah, hopefully you'll enjoy the session today.
Inshallah.
I'm really excited.
Very thanks. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, we'll give the guys a second. Let's see if other people join in. We're on YouTube as well. Let's see how many people we have on YouTube. Maybe there's a lot more on there. Okay, yeah, we've got. On YouTube. Hello, more, Mr. Mohammed. Awesome, people coming in. Oh, we got shiny Susan. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Can you hear me okay? Sound connected? And Mohammed, also, if you can throw emoji out there, you can say hello. It'd be great to see you guys interacting, because we need some interaction in this session, by the way. Okay, we got Mohammed and Mustafa. Thank you, Mustafa. Welcome. And you say, guys, if you don't want to talk, you're a little shy to put your camera on, please, if you can, type something in the chat. If you can throw me an emoji. We definitely need to have a interactive session today. I don't want to just talk information at you. We can listen to the radio, and they're going to give you some good advice in what to eat and what not to eat. I really want to dig down into your guys' goals and to hopefully do a little bit of a group coaching as well. That'll hopefully have value for everyone as far as Ramadan and fasting and getting the most out of health and fitness. All right. Hey, Subin. Audio connection. Awesome. Here we go. Another Mohammed Al Balushi. Welcome. All right. 5 past. What do you think, guys? We should have another couple of minutes for the guys coming in. Let's give them a second. I love to have a nice big class or a big session. Hi, Susan. Super excited for today. Yeah, thank you. And keep your fingers on your keyboards because I'm going to be asking you guys lots and lots of questions. It's going to be a nice interactive session today. Some messages, some more people coming in. And Melody, if you want to just cue me in when you think it's best to start. Melody? All right. Thank you. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Join as we go along. Go ahead.
Should we go ahead?
Yes.
All right, awesome. I know people got, well, I guess there's no lunch break today. So, hi guys, my name is Khalid. Oh, we got an emoji there. Awesome, we got, perfect. My name is Khalid. I'm the founder and CEO of International Fitness Alliance. We're a fitness education company founded in the UK. We have our headquarters in Qatar for the Middle East. We have our office here in Bahrain, in beautiful Bahrain, and we've delivered courses all around the GC and around the world. So welcome to our office and to our workshop today, which is Ramadan, fasting and fitness. I guess a hot topic for everybody at the moment. And the purpose of today's session is to leave you guys with not just a little bit of knowledge and information, which is what we love to give you guys, but also some practical skills that you can implement from today onwards to hopefully make a big change, not just for your lives during Ramadan, but also for the time outside of Ramadan as well. So we believe one of the biggest benefits of fasting in Ramadan is to bring about consciousness. And one of the things that we really want to focus on today is bringing your consciousness to your family, to your family's health and fitness. And one of the yardsticks, the measurements of success of your Ramadan and for your health and fitness is that it's not just something that you use during Ramadan, it's how much you use of it outside of Ramadan. That's going to be the litmus test. That's going to make you know whether what we go through today works or not. Does everybody hear me? Is everybody with me? I usually have people shouting yes in my classes. So I have to set this off right. So International Fitness Alliance, we learn fast. I guess it's funny because everyone's fasting today, right? So we learn, it's fast is an acronym. F is for forget, all right? I want you guys coming in here, not as blank sheets completely, but leave any of the information or the things that you might have heard here and there regarding fasting and working out at the door. I promise you it's going to be there when you leave. You can pick it up, that knowledge later on. But for now, I need you guys to to really pay attention and to take what I give you guys. Otherwise, we will going back and forth and fighting other knowledge. So, first of all, be a blank sheet, and that's one of the prerequisites for learning, right? Is that you come with a little humility. So, first is to forget what you've heard before. For now, A is for active. So that's a big one for us. And I'm going to be moving around a lot. I'm going to be jumping around a lot. I need you guys to match my energy. Okay. So right now, I want you guys to at least show me an emoji, put an emoji in the chat box, throw your camera on, shout something at me. Yeah, let me see some interaction right now. I need you guys to be active because this is an interactive session. Studies show. Anyone? There you go. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for that emoji. Thank you, Mohammed. Who's matching my energy? Thank you, Melody. Anyone else? Please stay active. If you can make notes, that'd be fantastic. If you can move with me, even better. Thank that. I love the emoji. Thank you, Mohammed. And again, you can be creative with your emojis as well. So thank you for that. So that's how I want to see you guys active today. Oh, Maria, awesome. Thank you for that. I thought it was a sleepy face for a second, but it's actually a little smile. So thank you, Maria. So yes, we're going to learn active. All right. S is for state. All right. So I want to manage everybody's state today. Look, I know it's Ramadan. I know it's the first Thursday really of Ramadan. So I'm guessing that's why I started sitting down, because everybody's kind of state might be a little low right now. One of the things we're going to talk about is energy. And what I want to do is bring you out here. I always say your state is something we want to bring that consciousness to throughout the day, right? Ramadan is all about consciousness and connecting to your creator and to the people who are feeling hungry around the world, but also to look inside of yourself and how do you respond to your energy level. So right now, I want you guys to just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale any of that fatigue, any of that tiredness, any of those phone calls that you had to make to your service provider. I definitely had to do that yesterday. And just regulate your state. Be in a good state, a happy state, so that we can really take on the information. All right. And the last thing I'm going to ask of you guys is for you to teach. Teach someone what you learned today. Because when we teach, we learn twice. So I want you, when you get home, maybe after you broke and fasted, when people are a little bit happy, right? When the states have changed a little bit, let them know, what did you learn today? And it might just be one thing that you implement. But like I say, what I want from today is something that you can implement, not just for Ramadan, but it's hopefully is going to have a lasting effect throughout the whole year for your and your family's health and fitness. Is everybody with me? Can you throw an emoji out there? Can you put your hands up? Can you shout yes? All right, we'll get a few emojis going as well. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is your mindset and your energy. All right, so Ramadan, I don't know how you guys feel, but energy tends to go down and up and around, right? We're struggling through hunger a little bit, a little lack of water, and of course, for myself, is sleep patterns, right? So we want to show you some tips and tricks of how you can regulate your energy. Who would like that? Who would like some information on how to regulate your energy while you're restricting your food and drink? Hands up. Melody would like that. Joe said that would be cool. All right, let me give you the first thing. So energy, where does it come from? A lot of times you think, oh, the food that we eat is giving us energy, right? Not always, because sometimes we eat a meal, and you guys know this after iftar, right? What happens? Energy is gone, right? So not necessarily food that gives us our energy, right? It might be somewhat of a source, but not all that. How about caffeine? Everyone loves our caffeine, right? I don't know about you. Do we have any caffeine-aholics out there? I know that's one of the things that I usually worry about come Ramadan. Food and drink, whatever. Caffeine, oh my goodness, I'm scared to lose. So a lot of times you might think caffeine gives us energy. In reality, two things that are the essence of a life and that are going to allow us to have energy. The first of which is like water, right? Making sure we are hydrated is very important. we are 70% water. So if you take your body weight, times it by 0.7, that's going to give you your mass, how much water you are, right? So for a 100 kilograms person, that's going to be around 70 kilograms of your mass is water. Now, the scary thing is just a 1% drop in your hydration levels or your water levels can lead to a lot of cognitive discord. So, of course, Ramadan, we don't have our water. The good news is we're not going to be losing that much water throughout the day unless we're sweating a lot, unless we are super active. Where we are in our offices with air conditioning, our bodies are able to kind of retain that water. So we're not dropping a huge amount. However, towards the end of the day, that is somewhat of a concern. And that is one of the reasons that we do kind of lose a little bit of our mental clarity towards the end of a day, towards the breaking of our fast. So that's something to be aware of. So we're going to talk a lot about how to hydrate around those hours that you do have the time to eat, to drink. All right, because that's super important. And water is fantastic, but also having some electrolytes is going to allow that water to stick to your body, and it's going to allow you to drink more throughout the night over the dark hours. And it's going to also ensure that you're not just constantly going to the bathroom. Because I don't know about you guys, but does anybody here find that when they start to drink, they're just constantly going to the bathroom? Yes. Anyone else? When you're drinking a lot of water, it's like you're trying to get that water in, but you end up just going back to the bathroom and getting rid of it. So we're going to give you some tips of how to stay hydrated by hydrating in those dark hours. And finally, the thing that you don't kind of lose throughout the fasting day, and the second source of energy that we'll talk about is oxygen, is our air, is our breathing, right? Because when we breathe, we're going to flood our brain with oxygen, and that's immediately going to increase our state. It's going to increase our concentration, and it's definitely a form of energy, right? And one of the biggest mistakes people make when fasting is that they kind of go into hibernation mode, where slowly throughout the day, they let their mental clarity get the best of them. They curl up, they stop moving, and that oxygen stops getting to their brain. So right now, I want you guys to do this with me. We're going to do a very small breathing exercise. I want you guys seated for this, if possible. So what we're going to do, we're going to throw our hands over our head. And as we pull our hands down, we're going to exhale. So it's going to look something like this. Nice deep inhale, and we're going to breathe out. We're going to do that just 10 times to flood our brain with oxygen. And we're going to see, even though we're fasting, even though it's Thursday, even though it's 11 a.m., you're going to instantly increase your mental clarity, something that you can do throughout the day. So who's with me? Who wants a little bit more energy right now? Yeah, we've got a hand there. Awesome. Anyone else? Mohammed, Susan, can you do this? And don't worry again how we look. If you're in the office, it'll be kind of nice if people are turning their head looking at you guys. So hands up. We're going to take a nice inhale. Here we go. 10 repetitions. Okay. If you guys did that, hopefully you can feel some energy, some mental clarity floating back into your body. Again, by moving, by breathing, we're going to get some energy in our body, and that's what it's all about. Let me get into a standing seat. I want to sit with you to begin with, but now I'm feeling my energy up. I want to stand and give you the rest of the information. So now that we understand a little bit more about energy, I want to go into your purpose and your intentions. All right, so I do need some interactions from this. So let me ask you guys, all right? So rather than me just telling you, this is what you can eat, this is what you can't eat, get lots of water, yalla masalam, right? I want to really kind of do a little bit of group coaching where I can really find out what you guys are looking to achieve. And like I say, bring that consciousness to yourselves, right? And to your purpose, so that as you're focused throughout Ramadan, you can achieve what you want to achieve, all right? And a lot of the information that I'm going to give you is going to be dependent of what you're trying to achieve, okay? So let me ask you this question. I want you guys, if possible, to write this down. I'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes. I want to know, and you can, if someone doesn't mind putting this in the chat box, that would be fantastic, so I can really deep dive into that. So I want you to say, to write, what is your health and fitness goals or intentions for Ramadan? What would you, Subin, Mustafa, Maria, Joe, Zainab, what would you like to achieve for your health and fitness for this month? Yeah. If you guys can please put that down for yourselves. And if you don't mind sharing that, that will really help me to help all of you guys. Hey, Zainab, I saw you for a second. So do you mind putting that in the chat box, any of the guys? I'll give you a couple of minutes. What is it that if at the end of Ramadan, you'd be super happy that you achieved? Okay. So when we do our goals, we want to be as specific as possible. The time frame is fantastic. It's already done for you. It's for the next just 23 days. There we go. Okay, Mohammed Al-Balushi is to fast the whole Ramadan. That's an awesome goal. Joe is asked to lose 3 kilograms in a month. Okay, all right, that's very interesting. We'll talk about that for sure. Anyone else? Give you a couple more minutes. Zainab for 3 kilograms. Awesome. Keep my muscle size and not dropping weight, Mustafa. I love it. Stay healthy for Maria. Great. Okay, Mohammed is to keep fit and healthy. I love it. I love it. Some really great intentions here. A couple more minutes. I'm going to bring my note. Okay, so hopefully you guys have put in, oh, there's another one, stay fit and happy. I love that. Happiness is so important. Also want to burn extra fat. Fantastic. I think that's a big one. I see that a lot as far as, dropping body fat or body weight. So that's one of the things that I'm going to dive into over the next few minutes. So, okay, burn extra fat to stay fit and happy and healthy. So, all right, let's go into the fat burning or the fat loss information. So I want to give you 2 main pieces of information that are really, really going to help you with your fat loss purposes and intentions. Well, the first thing I want to say is to set those intentions and set them strong. This is Ramadan. This is the month of miracles. This is hopefully a time where you connect to your Creator. So when you've written those goals down, make sure, if you are praying at nighttime, these are things that you include into your prayer. Again, if you believe in God, you believe that you will have assistance. If not, you believe that your consciousness is going to drive you towards the actions to fulfill you to do those purposes. That's why I want you guys writing down those purposes. I will ask you to be a little bit more specific. So losing weight is a very common question in Ramadan. My mom's always on the scales. Scales are fantastic, and losing weight is definitely somewhat of an indication that you have been good or healthy during Ramadan. A much better indication is kind of fat loss. So doing waist measurements, doing arm measurements and leg measurements that's going to give you a better idea that you've lost the right type of weight. Because a lot of times you might just lose water weight. So if you look at losing body fat percentage and toning up, and rather than just fixating on the scales, excuse me, because if you do some other things that I'm going to show you today, you're going to increase your muscle mass, and that's going to have a much longer lasting effect on your body fat percentage. So have those goals a little bit more specific. Weight is fine, but maybe measurements are even better. And that doesn't have to be like a tape measurement. It can literally be like a pant size, a dress size. Those are really great goals to have. Okay, now when it comes to losing body fat, the first thing I want to explain is the calories in versus calories out. Okay, so calories in are anything that you consume. All right, the great thing with Ramadan is if we're fasting, during the evening time is the only time we can consume calories. So anything that goes into your mouth literally are your calories. Of course, fat has more calories than carbohydrates and proteins. So we want to focus our intake specifically on the breaking of our fast on high protein calories. All right. And where can you get high protein calories from? From your meats, from your dairy, from your protein shakes and smoothies that we can share recipes for on the chat. So if you can break your fast with high protein rather than high carbohydrates and fats, you're already going to help to prime your body towards those fat loss goals. What that means for you practically is when you go to eat, stay away from those fried foods, those rices, the pastas, those things that are heavy in carbohydrates and fats. Try and get more of the lean meats. The soups are fantastic, meats within the soups. And if you base your meal and try and get full on those, you can also have a little bit of a carbohydrates and fats. But if those are the main staple, you just change that balance around, that's really going to help towards you losing fat. The second thing, so that's with calories in. Calories out is burning our calories. Our body does lots of ways. Just listening right now, our brain burns 600 calories just by functioning on a normal daily basis. And of course, the thing that we can manipulate the most is our exercise and our movement patterns. So one thing that I really want to leave you guys with today is just a small amount of exercise on a regular basis, especially during Ramadan, is going to aid your fat loss and your fitness goals exponentially. All right. If I just focus on my food, yes, it's definitely going to help me. We're going to talk about blood sugar levels in a second. It's going to keep my energy right. It's definitely going to help me as far as losing weight. However, if I combine that with some movement, that's key. That's really going to help you to achieve those fat loss, those fitness goals throughout Ramadan. Now, it does not need to be 30, 50, 80 minutes of high intensity workout. It can literally be a 12-minute, a 15-minute walk at a reasonable pace, done on a regular basis, on a daily basis, is going to help unbelievably when it comes to your fat loss goals. All right. So a lot of people are asking for fat loss. So the next thing when it comes to the exercise, like I mentioned, anything where you're using your full body is going to help you to burn those calories. So if you guys are going to the gym and working out, rather than doing something like a bicep curl when you're only working one part of your body, doing full body cardiovascular and strength training is going to burn a lot more calories. And like I say, simple light jogs and walking are absolutely like very, very helpful when it comes to achieving your fat loss. Does that make sense to you guys? So much information to give you. I have limited time. So yes, please get yourself moving, whether it be in the evening time, whether it be pre-suhoor, whether it be pre-iftar. A lot of people do ask me the question, so I will address it, of when is the best time to work out. The best time to work out depends on your goals. Okay, so if you are looking to lose weight, for fat loss, yes, look, the pre-iftar time, as long as you're not dizzy, as long as you're not dehydrated, that's a great time to get some light cardiovascular training. You have probably worked throughout your carbohydrate stores throughout the day, so you'll be really accessing some of that stored fat when you do some cardiovascular training towards the end of your fast. All right, so if you can manage that, a great way to burn lots of fat. Otherwise, if you're like Mustafa and you're hoping not to lose muscle mass, in which case, once you've had your iftar and you've had some time to digest it, that's a great time for you to work out, because then you have some energy to push, to get some resistance training on, to keep that muscle mass available. And for yourself as well, maintaining your muscle mass, ensuring a high protein intake is really going to ensure that those muscles get to repair and recover and stick around for the whole month. Okay, so that's a little bit about timing. That's a little bit about calories in and calories out. Now that we've done a little bit about purpose as well, one thing I do want to ask you guys to write down, and this is just generally for goal setting, it really helps you to achieve your goals, and that is, what is it that you need to avoid? What are the things that can come and trip you up and take you away from those fitness goals? All right. Can you guys please write those down and maybe put a couple of those in the chat box? What is it that will stop me from losing that weight that I want to lose, or losing that body fat that I want to lose? What is it that's going to stop me from keeping that muscle mass? All right. So what is it? What are those things that you need to avoid or to prepare for in order to achieve your Ramadan goals? Can you guys take a minute and write those down for yourselves? And please, if you can put them on the box and share them with me, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Does anyone want to share, please? If you guys can put, what are your biggest obstacles to achieving your goal? It might be that sambusa that your mother makes that tastes so good that you know is not helping you when it comes to calories. It might be that I just get lethargic and I stop moving throughout the day, so I just don't want to move. So maybe it's that feeling that you need to overcome in order just to get those extra steps in to burn those calories. So anyone there? Mohammed, Susan, do you mind telling me what is there that can trip you up and take you from your goals? Anyone? Oh, there you go. Mohammed said tiredness. Absolutely. So if you've written that down, tiredness, look, I have a 3-month-old baby, so I definitely know what you mean by like lack of sleep and tiredness. Got laziness from Susan. All right, that's very interesting. Family commitments from Mohammed. That's a huge one. That's a fantastic one. That's one that I definitely want to address. Okay. So let me just go with the tiredness and the energy level. So look, a couple of tips and tricks for those energy as throughout the day. Of course, the best thing is to ensure that you're getting the amount of sleep that you need. It's not always possible during Ramadan, right? Because we are up late at night, maybe in prayer, maybe in gatherings. So try and just measure and calculate the amount of sleep that you get. And even if it's a few hours here and a few hours there, if you get a combined good amount of sleep, that's fantastic. The other thing with the tiredness, the breathing exercises and the movement. So literally in your desk, wherever you are, by doing some breathing exercises, it's going to flood your brain with oxygen and it's going to remove that tiredness feeling. If you do feel tired throughout the day, another thing that you can do, we're allowed to do one, is very simply just washing your mouth out with cold water. That will definitely lift your energy levels. The second, if it's possible, something called a cold plunge, where you fill a vegetable bowl with water, possibly some ice, cold water, and dunk your head into that. Sounds crazy, but that's really going to bring your energy levels up. A lot of times it's a mindset thing. Your body has the calories it needs. During suhoor, from the day before, you have fat stores. Your body can manage to get through the day. It's a lot of the times your mind that you need to convince. And these things that we're hearing about tiredness and laziness, there's a couple of tricks there to push through those feelings of tiredness to get you moving again. Yes. Thank you, Lulu. So those are a couple of tricks to get your energy levels nice and high, to kind of trick your mind into thinking that you're feeling great. As far as family commitments, now that's a big one that I get, one that I definitely understand. Now, people go to great lengths to invite you guys for iftar, to give you the best of their food, give you sometimes food that's not the most healthy. With the knowledge that we have, like I say, trying to limit those carbohydrates and fats when you're eating with the people, and just focusing on the chicken. So what that looks like practically is when you go for futur and you go to that all-you-can-eat buffet, you're loading your plate with those whole foods. First of all, those chicken breasts, the meats, even the dairy products, and trying to fill yourself with the soups and the proteins. You can taste or have a little bit of a carbohydrates, but try not to indulge in those things. And the sweets and the sambusas, those fried things that you know are going to really increase your calorie count. Okay, so I understand family commitments can definitely be something that you need to look at in order to hit your fitness goals. Susan's always saying that she used to go for a 10-kilometer walk but got too lazy. I definitely know the feeling. When we get busy throughout Ramadan, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it feels like Ramadan days are just 10 hours. Like I've literally got 10 hours to get everything I need to do done, and that's it. And the next day comes, right? So what I say is that for the walks, start low. Simply, like I say, just a 5-minute walk to begin with. You'll see as soon as you start to move, what happens is, again, your body starts to get that oxygen. Your serotonin gets released just from a light walk. This can happen. Your brain gets clarity. For me, my best business ideas occur when I'm working out. So just do something small. Do 5 minutes, do 10 minutes, and it will compound thereafter. Now, I want to show you a couple of movements that you can do in order to, like I say, very small movements that you can do at home in your office that will help with a lot of the goals that you guys have. So the first one is a postural exercise that everyone can do at their desks or standing up. Now, all you need to do for this one is going to hinge your hip forward about a 45-degree angle. You're going to put your arms nice and wide, okay? And you're just going to pulsate your arms back and forth as if you were trying to fly like when you were a kid. You're just going to pulse your arms back and forth. If you can go for 50 repetitions of that exercise, it's going to help to pull your posture into a nice position, bringing your chest out and allowing you to get more oxygen through the day. That's one exercise that you can do. And if you do it every single day, you're going to find a massive change in your posture and your energy levels, because you'll be able to take in more oxygen. Now, the second one, because a lot of people mention fat loss. Now, I believe a lot of times people want to have a trimmer waist. Who would like a trimmer waist out there? Who would like to reduce that waistline throughout Ramadan? Is that anybody's goal? Joe's like, definitely would like to do that. Now, let me show you one exercise that you can do. And we could do it sitting down. That will, if done consistently throughout this month, you will see a change in your waistline. Now, what that looks like is this. Now, you can write this down and you to the instruction. What I want you guys to do is on your seat, you want to sit on the edge of your seat, just like that. Contract your core, and you're going to put your elbows on the desk. Now, you can start at a 45-degree angle. If you feel like that's quite easy, you can go for a lower angle, so like a 35-degree or 20-degree angle, if you feel comfortable doing that. Now, what I want you guys to do in this position is very simply squeeze your belly button towards your spine and suck up your abdomen, if that makes sense. So I want you to imagine you're trying to hold yourself from going to the bathroom, right? That's the best explanation I can give you. I want you to imagine that you really need the bathroom and you need to hold it. At the same time, you want to pull your belly button into your spine. So what it means is that you're really contracting all of your core muscles and bringing your consciousness to that. So we're going to get in this position. If you guys can right now, get into this position and then just suck your core in. Take a nice deep breath in. You're going to continue to breathe, but I want you to feel that pressure in your core, just squeezing everything nice and tight. Can you guys give that a go? Can you try that? Give me a hands up if you can feel your core contracting. You're not moving anywhere, but you contract your core. Zainab, Subin, can you guys feel that exercise? Yeah. Thanks, Melody. Okay, so now your sets and reps, your prescription for this exercise is to do 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and you're going to go for 10 repetitions if that's possible. Now, look, if you get to the 5th repetition, it becomes very difficult for you. You can reduce the time to 10 seconds on and 10 seconds off for 10 repetitions. Nice and simple. You can write that down. I'll put it in the chat box. So you're going to get into this position sitting down. Hold your core nice and tight. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Zainab. And then relax it. Okay? Now, just by doing that, you're going to increase your consciousness to your core muscles. And trust me, within 3 days of doing it, you're going to feel your core activated. You're going to build that mind-body connection. Within 10 days of doing it, you're going to feel a more contracted core. And the other kind of side benefit is that your stomach's not going to have the same amount of space to expand. It's going to push against those new muscles that you're creating. After 30 days, I guarantee if you've done this exercise 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 10 repetitions for 30 days, your waistline will reduce. It's a fantastic core exercise. There are increments that you can do for it to make it even more difficult. But for now, while you're in the office, there's no reason you can't do that, right? So hopefully that core exercise is something that can help you throughout Ramadan. I know we're running out of time and a lot of people have to go. So let me just finish with my last couple of points. Or let me just give you guys a summary right now. And then I want to open it up for questions because I usually get a lot of questions throughout Ramadan. So I'd love to answer those for you guys. So as a summary, first of all, to have a happy, healthy Ramadan, we want to be conscious of our state and we want to set our purpose for what we want to achieve for our health and fitness goals. All right. And a lot of people that might be losing body fat. And when we have that written down, like I say, it's those actions that we're going to do to get us there that we want to hold on to after Ramadan. That's the success. The success is not what happens or the scales or what happens on Eid that day. The success where you really measure it is what did I stick to after Eid is passed. Okay. Second of all, understanding calories in and calories out by manipulating and focusing our foods on high protein foods. I didn't get into too much, but it's definitely going to help us to reduce our body fat. It's also going to keep our blood sugar levels nice and consistent. If we have lots of carbohydrate heavy meals, we're going to be pushing our blood sugar levels up and down, and it doesn't allow us to burn the fat that we're looking to burn. Okay. We also mentioned by increasing our exercise, by doing something small every single day, whether it be our posture exercise, our core exercise, our light walk or jog for just 12 to 15 minutes every day, that in itself is going to have a life-changing effect on your health and fitness. And again, not just for Ramadan, thereafter as well. Okay, so those are the main points from the session. And then finally, of course, look, we mentioned just some practical tips for going to iftars and focusing what you're eating in order to achieve your goals. Okay, right. So look, that's me. That's 11:45. That's the information that I have for you guys. Do you guys have any questions regarding your Ramadan and how you can get the most out of it for your health and fitness goals? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Any questions at all? I know some of you guys have to go. Thank you, Mohammed. Inshallah, you'll be able to achieve your goals. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to fast for a whole Ramadan. Inshallah, hopefully some of those things have helped as far as information for you. So thank you so much. Any other questions that you might have? I love the questions. I love diving into them. Energy levels, anything thoughts, breathing techniques. All right, y'all. Like I said, inshallah, you'll achieve your goals, but don't worry too much about those skills, those measurements, that energy level. Those are going to be your real indicators of success. The skills can go up and down very quickly. Like I say, those measurements, energy levels, and how you look in the mirror, those are all fantastic ways to see your success. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much for your interaction. And thank you, Joe, too. Any other questions? All right. Give it a couple of minutes. See how we're doing on YouTube. Subin, any questions? Mustafa? I know you have some like muscle management guild question goals, so maybe I can help out with that. Okay. Melody, are you there? Check if I have any message on here.
Yes. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so it's 11:48. I'm going to end the session there. Thank you guys so much for your interaction. I hope you found some value in that. It's a privilege for me to share that information with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day in iftar, and hopefully we'll speak to you guys very soon.